Switzerland. I don't know how much. Have you spent any time in the mountains?
Yeah.
You're a climber?
No, another.
A hiker?
Yeah.
All right. So, can you imagine putting in your backpack? I do a reasonable amount of mountaineering, and I actually am going to do this. I'm going to put one in my pack sometime when I'm going out in the mountains and just see what they say when I do it. I mean, it just cracks me up. And anyhow, it has all these things. Now, the first thing that's really fascinating is if you need to do something. If you want to listen to the radio while you're checking something out with a flashlight, you can't do that because you can't have, for most of it, you can't have more than one thing on at a time. It's even worse than you would think because at least a Swiss Army knife, there's a mechanical reason for that.
Yeah.
On this, if you turn the TV on, the radio goes off. If you turn the radio on, the lights go off. And you can't notice that as soon as I turn the siren on, the light goes off. So I can't, and I've got the radio on, the siren's off, and the light's off. And so I can't be listening to the radio for the emergency weather at the same time I'm signaling for help for the light. It's just really, and for everything, not everything, but for whenever we have of the devices here, including these, sorry, I like the light. We've actually got the user's manual, so you can actually see what the interface is like and also how they're taught and how to acquire it. So this one I have in for the following reason, that on the very first page for this wonderful emergency thing, when you open it up, the first thing it says, do not get wet. And so if you get an emergency, just make sure it's not raining. And so it sounds like I'm being negative and taking the mick out of it, right? And so that how could this be so bad? But the problem is someone's going to catch me up on this because the thing that I say more often than almost anything else is, if you read things where the quote that's most consistent there is everything is best for something and worst for something else. Yeah. And I have this rule that on anything, if you bring me your latest great idea and just say, hey Bill, this is fantastic, we should do this, and here, look at all this, how wonderful it is, the first thing I'm going to say is, okay, with the same degree of being articulate and the same enthusiasm, tell me why it's the worst thing, or when, or how. Where does it break down? Does it fail? Because if you believe that everything's best for something and worse for something else, if you understand your idea fully, you know the full 360. It's great here, it's a disaster here, and it's kind of neutral to gray there. And now I can look at it in terms of the problems I have and the other technologies I have and the other solutions I have, and say, does this one complement, does this one shine where yours is in the shadows and vice versa? And it puts together. And if you only know the good stuff, then you haven't done your homework, you don't understand your idea. And either I'm going to say, come on back when you understand it, or maybe it's just really interesting because it's a hard thing to find that, and then come back and we'll do it together as a team and we'll just discuss that. So this is the one that's hard. So what's it good for?
I'm trying to figure out what the use case would have been when they designed that. Could it have been that my car's broken down and I'm sitting
do you have room in your car for this?
If you have a Jeep.
If you have a Jeep
and it takes 9 batteries, D cells.
Yeah,
so
and obviously I shouldn't multitask. So
okay,